Hey, hey, pop the trunk, I open up, I saw my soul good.
Could this be Steam's downfall? Well, quite recently, this has been talked around the internet quite a bit at the moment, that a lot of game developers are pulling out of selling their games on Steam. Reason for this is that Steam just takes too much. It takes too much of the cut, too much of their profit. Steam takes 30% from developers, and that's for AAA games, I believe, which is quite a lot, considering that they just sell the game on the platform. But then again, you know, Steam was the place for games. You know, nearly every PC gamer has Steam. It's the most common launcher, and don't get me wrong, it's probably the best launcher. It's the launcher that I use, and if I can buy my game on Steam, I'll definitely do that. It just is a lot more of a trusted platform than any of the other platforms that you get. But quite recently, The Division 2 and Metro Exodus were, you know, two anticipated games that were, you know, everyone kind of presumed that they would be selling on Steam, since the last games of those franchises were sold on Steam. But recently, they've been pulling out, and I mean quite recently as well. They seem to be moving to Epic Games, which is giving them more profit. They're only taking 12%, which is fair enough. You know, that is, for game developers, that's brilliant. That's what they want. That saves them a lot of money, and in certain circumstances, it should really save the consumers money as well. If they can make the games cheaper for our benefit and their sales, then yeah, that's definitely great. But for Steam though, this isn't good. For us, it's a bit of a hit and miss. So for us, we have to download more launchers, which, you know, that's not exactly great, especially when you've got taking into consideration, you know, we've got Origin. I mean, I could even talk about Origin. You know, I think they backed out in like 2011. They used to sell their games such as Battlefield. You can still find Battlefield Bad Company 2, which was released by EA, and that was on Steam, and that was back in 2009. And shortly after that, they backed out of Steam as well, and they started their own launcher. Yeah, I don't really like Origin, not going to lie. I'm not very keen on EA in general. I just think their marketing and everything is just not very consumer friendly, but I get it, it's business, whatever. But yeah, we seem to find that more and more developers and publishers are backing out of Steam, which is making Steam kind of a bit of a lonely place for games at the moment. I mean, Steam's always going to have a lot of games, but to be honest, we don't know how long that's going to actually last. You know, unless Steam changes their ways, which, you know, I really hope they do, because Steam is the launcher that I use mainly, and I just find it very user friendly. I've had Steam for ages, since I first started PC gaming, which was back in 2009. I've still got the same account, and I like that. I like the feeling of having one account with all my games on there, my achievements, my friends and stuff. Even though, to say, I use Discord for my friends and everything, just having all my games in one place and with a trusted platform is, you know, it brings ease to my gaming. Definitely, it makes my life easier, and it makes most people's lives easier. I mean, you could talk about exclusivity and stuff that, you know, for, say, if a game's released on PlayStation or it's released on Xbox and it's not on PC, and then we would have to get a console, or say an Xbox player has to buy a PS4 to play their game, and so on. That's obviously a lot worse for them, having to spend, you know, cash, rather than for us, you know, we just downloading a new launcher. But still, it's just the inconvenience of doing it. I am being picky, I'm not gonna lie. I just am being picky about this situation, because it's something that I feel like Valve could really improve on, and I feel like they could step up the competition. They could lower the rates. You know, they're bringing in some of the most money any developers ever brought in. So, you know, they have the opportunity to do this and really step up the game, because I know they're definitely pissed off that they had Metro taken off their store, and which is now being sold on Epic Games. You know, that's gotta hurt Valve to say that they promoted the game quite a bit and then that to be taken off the sales. I know if you pre-ordered the game that, you know, you still get the copy of it, which is good, I guess, because if you did pre-order it and then they suddenly take it off Steam, it's like, well, what's happened? I've just, you know, I've paid for this. So at least they get that. But I guess the main difference is, or the main point I'm trying to make is that I guess there's going to be a lot more competition now. We're going to see this over the next, I don't know, maybe couple of years of competition between Steam and Epic Games. I hope Steam wins. I hope Steam changes their ways and that they lower their cuts and that they make improvements to Steam to keep the competition feeling good. And I hope they bring it back, because I'm sure they can. I do believe in Valve. They make insane games. That would be another thing if they brought out some competition in the games they bring out, because that's what they can really do. You know, they've got some strong, really strong, powerful games behind them. They've got Left 4 Dead series. You know, I can't say anything else about that. It's a game that I can just put so many hours into and never get bored. It was just one of those games that was fantastic. And obviously, I don't get me started on Half-Life. I don't think that they will necessarily start working on that. I don't think that will necessarily push them that kind of game. But they have, you know, they do have options where they can improve their service. They can bring out some more games which couldn't be released on any other launcher. You know, they do have these opportunities. I just really hope that Valve think about this and they make some actions, and I hope they do it fast, and I hope there's some good competition, because, you know, if this is the downfall of Steam, then, you know, changes are gonna have to be made. And, you know, some of us, we probably will end up moving to Epic Games in the end if there isn't any improvements there, and that, you know, Epic Games is the place to start selling games, and it is the place for games, then fair enough, I guess that's where the competition is going. But we'll have to see. And I hope Valve really kind of learn from this, they adapt, and they evolve. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you would like more content, please subscribe and like this video, as this is one of my first videos properly launching for this channel. I hope to produce some more content, and hopefully this is the start of something great. So yeah, see you in the next video.
Hey, pop the trunk, I open up, I sold my soul a good price, out of sight. My hoe got talent, right? Whole squad ran, do that shit, yeah.